What's up, everybody? It's day one of online learning, means day one of coronavirus quarantine education. All right, so I've got a couple of things. Obviously, we've got this lab set up here in a bunker that I cannot even tell you where it is right now. Keep yourself safe. I'm keeping myself safe, and we'll get through this together. All right, but what I want to do is try to get you guys involved somehow as far as maybe some online learning as far as welding goes. Now, you guys can't be in the welding lab now, obviously, but I wanted to run through a couple of things with you. First things first, we want to talk about process variables. One of the biggest things that come up all the time in class is, am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? My weld bead doesn't look right. Well, there's a couple of different variables in that, not just with speed. It also will vary on what type of parameters you're using as far as your voltage and your wire feed speed. And I want to go through some of that stuff here today. In the bunker with you and me, we're learning. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to set up our machines. All right, if you guys are not familiar with that, it's not too hard to kind of figure things out. A lot of it is just kind of playing with the machine and see what you get. We have some kids that will come into class and they'll be running some crazy parameters, and they're like, hey, you got to turn that down a little bit because you want to be proportionate to your thickness of metal. Okay, what does that mean? Well, you don't want a bead that's too thick for the metal. And the reason is because either you're going too slow or your parameters are set too high. Then you're going to have a large bead, which then you're going to cause warpage. Your heat affected zone is going to be too wide, and it's just not going to work for you. All right, so now that I think that I've got my parameters all set up right now, we're just talking about simple travel speed. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick run right here and kind of show you about the size of the bead that you should be working with 1/8 inch, well, it's 12 gauge material, and you guys can take a look. So if you guys are looking through here, this is kind of the size bead that I want to kind of create. It's not too big, it's not too little. Matter of fact, it's pretty proportionate. The other thing I'm trying to make sure is that I'm hitting both sides of the base metal with my T-joint. I want to make sure that I've got equal proportions and right in the groove. That way I know that fusion is taking place of both pieces of the base metal. All right, guys? So as far as travel speed goes, I wasn't going too slow, but I wasn't going too fast either. So what happens is when you go too fast, you end up having a really high crown and very skinny weld. All right. If you go too slow, you're gonna have that wide bead, unnecessarily wide bead. I mean, we all want to throw down fat beads, but if it's not helping your situation, then you're not getting anything out of it. So we want to have that proportion weld bead to our base material, and we want to keep it just like this. All right. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is your travel angle. It's imperative that you understand both and how to do both. Be comfortable with different angles that you're welding in. All right. And so every type of weld is going to be a little bit different. So your angle is going to change. All right. So number one. Typically in the classroom, when we're doing any type of welding, and as long as it's a fillet weld, we're running a push or pull type method. All right. One thing stays the same is you want to stay with 5 to 15 degrees angle with your piece. Okay. So I'm going to do a push method here, and then I'm also going to do a drag. And I kind of want you to take a look at it and see kind of what you get. There's not much variation as far as the outcome or the size, so long as you're following the weld puddle. But as far as penetration goes, or how it flattens out a little bit, all those types of things change with your travel angle. All right. So So just a little bit of weld through here. It's a push angle. I'm gonna go ahead and do the backhand and the drag quick. All right. So again, you know, you wouldn't really notice any difference unless you're kind of looking at the weld bead a little bit differently. You can notice that this has got a slightly higher crown on it. What you're getting is a different kind of penetration though. You're getting deeper penetration than doing it the push method, but you get a little bit higher crown on there. Sometimes you're gonna maybe go a little bit faster to bring that down, but with the push method, I like how it lays down. And so we'll get into as far as parameters in another segment. I think this is pretty good for you guys so far. And we'll talk a lot more about basically just setup, understanding what's going on with your weld rig, and so forth. We'll get into positions and things like that next time. So I tell you what, I know you guys aren't be able to weld today. I know for a while, but I hope these videos that I'm doing for you guys are helpful. They're entertaining at least. I just want to thank again Metal Man, because I know they did a lot to bring this to you guys, and so props to them. Again, continue to watch the videos. I'll ask questions, comment on Google Classroom or on YouTube or on Facebook or anything like that, or on Instagram. We're gonna post these things. So comment, make sure you like and share them. If you do like and share them, that'd be great. Again, from the bunker, undisclosed location, we're gonna fight this fight together, guys, and we're gonna come out on top. And you guys are gonna be better welders as